It's Queen Darlene and here. One day I was going through the street of social media. I saw someone say in the comment section that breastfeeding is not painful. I also saw a lot of people bashing her, telling her that it's because she has not experienced it. But if somebody is telling you that breastfeeding is not painful, it means that must have also breastfed, right? And I'm here to tell you that breastfeeding is not painful. In fact, I was one of the people in the comment section saying, my own experience was terrible because with my first child, I stopped breastfeeding halfway because of pain. One of the reasons was pain. But now, I can comfortably tell you that breastfeeding is not painful. You heard me right. It's not painful. It all depends on a lot of factors, which I am going to tell you. Don't let people come and make you feel like, don't let people discourage you from breastfeeding your child because you feel it is painful or because they tell you it is painful. And if you're also breastfeeding and it is painful, just know you are not doing it right. You are not doing it right. I wanted to make this video earlier and show you with my baby, but I can't do it now. But I'll try my best to explain it to you. Hello everyone, my name is Queen Darlene and if I see my face for the first time, just make sure you subscribe at the end of this video. If you like this content, if you like this particular video, please give it a thumbs up and also help to create the awareness, because if not that it has happened to me, I want to believe it. You see some people who stop breastfeeding because they think it is painful and it is not good for the child. So if you're going to get this video, if you get enlightened by this video, please remember to just show it thumbs up. Okay, so let me quickly get straight to it. Personally, half of my pregnancy was me thinking of breastfeeding, how painful breastfeeding is, and a lot of that. And you know, when you're pregnant, when you search for something online, you start seeing related contents. You start getting related contents on social media. So one day I was going through the street of social media. I found a lady who was describing how painful breastfeeding was. She was literally showing it and crying, you know. And a lot of people were like, stop deceiving people. A particular comment said, stop deceiving people. Breastfeeding is not painful. And I saw a lot of other comments, there were thousands, and I am the chairman of Comment Readers Association. So I took my time. I always take my time to read comments. So I took my time to read the comment section. And I heard someone mention something in the comment section. I browsed it. And I followed it up. But that was, I'll still continue the story. So, as I was saying about my pregnancy, I spent half of my pregnancy thinking about breastfeeding. I never wanted to buy breast pump. I was like, our mothers did not use breast pump, right? They comfortably fed us without breast pump. Without expressing breast milk. I know things are evolving, but even my mom-in-law, they were all telling me, you know, you're going to express breast milk and stuff like that. And I always make fun, like, gist with my husband, like, did they express? So why are they focusing on me expressing breast milk? So I refused to buy breast pump. In fact, I bought my breast pump arrived like the same week I put to bed, because at the end of the day, I was telling my husband that the thing was, I was struggling between thinking of my labor and breastfeeding. It was really giving me sleepless nights and making me anxious. So I decided to order breast pump. And just the day I put to bed, I tried to breastfeed my baby. Because in the hospital now, I was asked to breastfeed my baby. The student midwife was trying to tell me how to breastfeed. And in my mind, I'm like, I'm the one doing this breastfeeding. Allow me to make it in a comfortable way. In my mind. I didn't understand what she was saying. But I was really in pain. In the hospital, I was so much pain. She was telling me, you're not supposed to feel pain. In my mind, I was like, what do you know? Please just leave me alone. I was like, you know what, my baby is not eating it. Let me just feed her the way I can. Let her just eat. Because since I put to bed, my priority have always been for her to eat well. So the midwife, the student midwife eventually left me to it. I breastfed her the way I knew how to breastfeed. And from when I gave birth to my first child, breastfeeding was also difficult. In fact, it was heavily difficult for me. Not, I produced a lot of breast milk, a lot. In fact, at some point I started looking for a way to donate. I produced a lot of breast milk. I can also tell you how to improve your breast milk if you want. So, but I couldn't continue the breastfeeding because with my first child, I felt a lot of pain. I was in agony. Anytime I know I'm going to breastfeed her, my heart will just skip. My heart will skip. At some point, I started dodging the breastfeeding. Just like that, I stopped the breastfeeding. But before I stopped, I was so much tears. Tears, like hot tears. I had to stop breastfeeding her. So with this, my child, at some point, there was a time I even had this conversation with my husband when I was pregnant. I said, breastfeeding is so painful. I don't know if I can breastfeed her exclusively. My husband was encouraging me. He said, you should try. You're going to try, right? So, back to the hospital. The midwife was telling me this is how to do it. At the end of the day, she gave up on me. I carried my baby. I breastfed her. But after breastfeeding her, I noticed that my nipple was bent. She was literally hanging on to one side of my nipple. And then I was worried. I told my husband that I don't think this girl is feeding you. And I left hospital the same day I put to bed. But after 6 hours of putting to bed, I left the hospital. So I told my husband, I don't know if this girl is breastfeeding well. I got home from the hospital, like still fresh, the same day I put to bed. Because, it's just me and my husband. My husband went to get food. And me, with the mindset that my baby has not eaten enough since she came out of this world, I went and brought my breast pump. I tried to express. I was expressing the first breast milk. I was expressing it. But though from the hospital, the midwife told me that I won't get much. I'll just lose them in the tube. I actually got much. And then I tried to spoon feed her with the breast milk so that I'll be sure she's taking something, So we tried to do it. She wasn't taking it. We tried the feeding bottle. She wasn't sucking. Tried everything. I ended up throwing it away and went back to putting her mouth to the breast. So the rule, I don't know if it's a rule, but the thing in the UK is when you put to bed, the next day, the midwife will come to your house. That is, if you left the hospital early. But if you are still in the hospital, they will attend to you in the hospital. So because I was home, the midwife came to my house the next day, and then she asked me if my baby has pooed. I said no, she has not pooed. She also asked me, do I know how to breastfeed? I said that I thought I was in so much pain, and she tried to do it. That was when she said, just breastfeed her. I want to watch you. I tried it. This is the next day after I put to bed, but my nipple was already sore. My nipple was sore. If I want to put it up, I'll be shaking. I was in so much pain, and she said, you're not getting it right. That was where the whole thing got cleared to me. And ever since that time till now, I've never felt pain breastfeeding. The only pain I felt was when my baby started becoming naughty. She's 8 months now, and she's still exclusively breastfeeding. When she got naughty and she wanted to, she started playing with my nipple, she chew on it, and I'm like, stop it. So after 2-3 times of telling her to stop it, she stopped it. She has not been doing it again. So I've not felt pain till now. And I said I should share with you. So, and I'm going to share with you the whole process, right? So what she told me is that, first of all, she told me how to hold my baby. So we all know that we hold baby like this. I'm looking for a teddy or something. We hold baby like this, right? And then put her to the breast. She told me that that is not the right way to do it. You can actually, I also realized that you can actually hold your baby that way and still breastfeed well. So let me put this camera down to show you. This demonstration, I have to bring down my camera so I can show you. I'm going to be using Spidey. I'm going to be using Spidey for the demonstration. So we know that me, I don't know about you, but when I breastfed my first and how I did it after I put to bed, I was holding baby like this, you know. You hold baby like this, and then we usually do C curve, right? C, or you advise not to use the scissor style. So this way, that's what we wear. That was what I knew, and that's what I was taught. But she told me that you have to hold the baby like this. I don't know if you can see. Yeah. So you hold baby like this between the neck and the head. See, I'm supporting the head. It's a very tiny baby, right? You're supporting the head, right? You are holding the shoulder, and this is the mouth, and this is your nipple. Make sure that the baby's umbilical is facing you, like the baby's tummy is on you, right? It's touching you. Then make sure it is touching you, and you put the baby's head on your nipple. That's the first position. I'm going to show you the steps. This is the first position, yeah, and the baby will latch on the nipple. You're supporting the hand, you're supporting the head, you're supporting the body. The baby is so tiny. If you need more support, you can now put this hand if you need more support. So when my baby started getting heavier, I started supporting with this hand. But make sure that the baby, it's more like the baby is lying on her side and eating. That was what she told me, and I started implementing it. Now, positioning of the child, that's the first step, right? And that's what I have just shown. The second step is how your baby latches. That's number 2, how the baby latches. So for this description, I'm going to use my hand to describe the nipple. We all know that if this is the breast, the nipple will move, be pointed like this, right? Now, when the baby is sucking, the reason why it is painful is because they don't put the nipple completely inside their mouth. When you are breastfeeding, you should aim at getting the whole nipple into your baby's mouth. Of course, I can't be showing you my breast, but you know that your nipple is there. No matter the type and shape of breast you have, that is what you should do. So this is a nipple, right? And this is that black colored place around your nipple, right? It's here. Make sure your baby covers it, even if it's not all of them. Make sure your baby, let's say this is a nipple pointing out like this. Make sure your baby covers up to here. And this is the thing. In your mouth, even inside your own mouth, inside your baby's mouth as well, there's a hard palate here. If you use your tongue and touch the roof of your mouth, you're going to feel the hard palate. So you feel the hard palate here and the soft palate inside. You should be aiming at getting this nipple down into your soft palate. If you remember, even if you are using bottle to feed your child, you take the bottle inside, right? The bottle goes in. So why can't your own breast go in? So that is the thing. You have to move it inside the baby's mouth. And then they suck from the soft palate. And you realize that because in your breast, your nipple is the most sensitive place. Literally, the only sensitive place. So if you leave it hanging at the back of the teeth, or the soft palate, the hard palate, it will be painful on you. So the only thing you can do is to push it in backwards. Now that's step 2. Step 3, how do you push it in? Now, because when she asked me to push it in, I was like, this baby cannot open her mouth. And by the way, my baby has tongue tie. I've made it in a video here. She had tongue tie. And you know how difficult it is for a baby with tongue tie to even suck. And I wasn't even feeling pain even while she was eating. That to show you how effective this method is. So, the baby is supposed to open her mouth and grab. You don't force it. You don't put it halfway. The baby is supposed to and grab it. Now, the third one is, how do you make this baby open mouth and grab? This is what you do. When you bring your baby to the nipple, you're going to touch it in the nose. Normally, naturally, when you bring something to the baby's nose, they want to get everything into their mouth. So when you bring the nipple close to their nose, they will naturally open their mouth. And then you brush. Look at it. When they open their mouth, you brush here. So when you brush on your breast here, I'll go put it in. I'll do it again. So let's say this is your nipple coming, and there's a baby. The baby is doing it. Then you use the down, the areola, and then push open the leaves down. And go. They will grab it. When your baby is breastfeeding, the mouth is not supposed to be like this. It's not supposed to be like this. You see some babies when they are breastfeeding, this face will be tight. It's not supposed to. It's supposed to have a full mouth. So when you put it well, they should have a full mouth. And then latch. If they grab on your nipple, it will be painful. If the nipple is on their gum, it will be painful. So you have to push it well. You have to push it well. And that is one of the ways of knowing a baby with tongue tie. Because they won't open their mouth well. So when you get these 3 steps, you will never know pain in your life. Trust me. You will never. Like, I'm telling you that my baby is 8 months and is comfortably breastfeeding. This is someone who has been scared of even breastfeeding from the first day. Even before the baby dropped. I was already scared. I had to go and buy breast pump. That was the only reason I bought breast pump. And immediately I realized how to breastfeed, I only pump the excess out, because like I said, I was producing too much breast milk that I had to pump out the excess. And then my baby started feeding well, and everybody was happy. So if you are breastfeeding wrongly, it is time to do it right. And another thing I did not tell you is, when you are breastfeeding, when you have done all these processes correctly, you don't need to hold your breast. No. You only use this hand to put it in the baby's mouth. Remove it. Don't hold your breast. When you are holding it, you are blocking the dots. Okay? When I was breastfeeding, I was really scared, and I told the midwife that I am scared the breast is going to suffocate my baby. She said no, it will not suffocate the baby. Then I started noticing it. Even till now, I don't hold breast for her, and it doesn't suffocate her. Your breast can never suffocate your baby. Your breast cannot suffocate your baby. And okay, your boobs. I think I should be saying boobs, not, yeah. It cannot suffocate your baby. It cannot. Boobs cannot suffocate your baby. And I will tell you why. When you put this breast into your baby's mouth, this is our nose now. Huh? This is our nose. Remember, in your nose, this place is out. So look at it. I'm trying to. This is blocking my nose. But you can see, I can still breathe. So there's always a space for them to breathe from here. You can never, ever, ever suffocate your baby with your boobs. So don't worry about suffocation. Just know that holding that boob is causing more harm to you than good. Alright? And hope this was helpful. Please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I'm going to tell you why my baby is still breastfeeding at 8 months. and I'll tell you all my postpartum stories. Please remember to subscribe.